Hey guys, I am over here crispying up some of my flour tortilla shells. We are getting ready to make meatless tacos. They are absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, even your kids will be asking for some. Now me, I am the first person to say I love my meat, but when it comes to these meatless tacos, oh my goodness. Look at how nice and crispy that is. Ooh, my goodness. I am going to bring you all a little closer so that you can see exactly what I'm doing to crispy these up, because that makes that nice little crunch under it. It is delicious. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. And then come with me. I'll show you what to do. Okay, so brought you in a little bit closer. Put a little pat of butter in there. That's not even a teaspoon. Little olive oil, that keeps that butter. That butter is going to give you flavor, and that olive oil is going to help it crisp up, and it keeps the butter from burning as well. Put it in there and just let it cook a few seconds. It doesn't take long, so make sure you watch it. Don't leave your stove. Let it crisp up on that side, then we'll flip it over to the other side. Okay, it's been a couple of seconds. Once it starts to turn golden brown, you can kind of tell your edges will start curling up, and you can see a little brown coming around those edges. Go ahead and flip it over. Look at how golden brown that is. Oh my goodness. And so we're going to let it cook another couple of seconds on this side, and then we'll be done. Let's go over the things we're going to put on top of our meatless tacos. And this is great for Meatless Mondays too, I'm just saying. First of all, I've got a small chopped tomato. And you can customize this. You don't have to put anything I'm using. Put your ingredients on there. I've got some spinach that we're going to be adding to it. And I am using some of my lettuce from my foil. I chopped this up, but I saved this to take off for you all. And I've got a little sour cream. I still like a little, even though it's meatless, I still like a little sour cream on mine. And then my taco seasoning. Now, I will have all these ingredients, including my taco seasoning mix, in the description. But I did a little short video on making this. So I'll link that video down in the description for the taco seasoning. So I've already got my tomato cut up, as you can see. We're going to cut up a little onion. Now the onion, I did mention it a second ago because the onion is actually going to go in the meatless mix. I know y'all saying, what is she going to use for this meatless mix? So I'm going to chop this up in a second. But let's get our lettuce off here. Now this lettuce has been in my refrigerator probably just about 30 days or a little better. I just haven't been using it. So I only need a little bit. You don't want your garnishes to overpower your entire dish. So just use a little bit at a time. So we're going to pull some of this off here and just chop it up to go along right with this spinach. You don't need much. Now I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of people don't care for iceberg lettuce because it doesn't have a high nutritional value, which I agree with that. But what iceberg lettuce does have is crunch. Crunch, people, crunch. When you put iceberg lettuce on a sandwich or in a salad with your other greens that do all have the nutritional value, you get that crunch. And boy, when you bite down in something, you got that crunch. I'm telling you, it is amazing. Now, although it doesn't have a lot of nutritional value, it is full of water, and water is good for you. So remember that. So now we have our lettuce cut up, and our tomatoes. Now, before we cut up our actual onion that's going to go in our meatless taco, I'm going to cut up some of my scallions that I have growing on my counter, just so we'll have a little garnish. So I'm just going to snip the tops off, just like that. And they'll keep growing. And I have what I need. And I'll take off the edges of any that don't look quite right. I'll just leave that one out and that piece because this is just a garnish for the top, so I don't need much. Then we're just gonna dice these scallions, these green onions up, and this is just garnish for the very top. You can garnish yours with green onions, scallions, parsley, cilantro, anything that you want to garnish yours with. I happen to love the green onions, so this is why we're using that. Okay, now we have that all chopped up. Let's do our regular onion. Okay, and I only need a few slices. I am making a very small amount, just for like, you saw the size of the flour tortilla shells, so just 4 of those. But I will leave the recipe for 8 regular size tacos because those are also the smaller flour tortilla shells. And you can use corn tortilla shells for this as well. So you don't have to go through that process of making the floured ones if you don't want to. That's about all the onion we need. We don't want our onion to overpower either. All right. Time for us to head to the stove. Okay, we are at the stove. What we are going to be using are canned chickpeas that have been rinsed and drained. Now, you can keep the liquid. I did a video on that. It's called aquafaba, and you can use it in a lot of dishes and recipes. So if you want to keep your liquid, that's the time to do it, and you can freeze it for future use. Okay, so we've got that done. You'll also need some chicken broth. And again, I am using my taco seasoning and my onions. So that's all you're going to need to make that. I am going to bring you all up closer again so that we can get started. Make sure your peas are drained and rinsed well. Okay, so let me bring you guys up closer. Okay, so you don't need any oil or anything like that. Go ahead. I had my skillet heated on medium-low. Go ahead and heat your skillet on medium-low. Add your peas in there. Then go ahead and add your onions in. And your chicken broth. Now you're going to season this to taste. If you are using the actual packets, 1 packet will do for the full recipe, but I will leave that in there. I'm not measuring. I know about how much I want, how spicy I want it. And if not, I can always go ahead and add it back in. So you want to cook this until your onions have become soft and everything is heated through. And that's going to be about maybe under 10 minutes, like 5 or 7 minutes. So you just want to let these heat up. And I'm going in with a little bit more spice because I like it spicy, you all. I like it spicy. Okay, so we're going to let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to turn my temperature up to medium. It's on medium-low. And then we'll be back when these are ready for the next step. Okay, our chickpeas are all done. Well, they look good. Look at that. Now take them and put them in a bowl. This is super easy and quick. And I'm telling you, the kids gonna love it. I'm telling you, you gotta try this. Set that aside. And from here, you wanna get a potato masher, or you can use a fork if you like, whichever one works best for you. And you're just gonna take it and mash them, just like that. Just mash them, see? Just mash them. I'm holding it up here so you guys can see what I'm doing, hopefully. I am just mashing them, that's it. And don't mash them until they turn into mashed potatoes. You want to have a little texture in there. So mash them gently. But make sure all of them get a little mashed. But just don't mash them until there's no texture. And there might as well be whipped or mashed potatoes. We're not having mashed potatoes, okay? All right. That's just about good enough. Take your potato masher and go around the sides. because you'll find that you may have some that are not mashed. You want to get those mashed up. So I'm going to finish mashing these right quick. Then we can build our meatless tacos. Okay, now we're going to build our meatless tacos, putting down a little of the iceberg lettuce first. Got to get that crunch in there. Then we're going to go in with some of our spinach. Got to have that color in there. And it provides all the nutrients that we may want in our dish. Put a little bit more in there. I like that pop of different color as well throughout my tacos. Okay, that's going to be perfect. Now we're going to go in on top of that with some of our chickpea mixture right on top. And like I said, do your toppings and also do your size, because these are mini ones. But that's just what we like. Spread it out a little bit. Put a little bit more on this one. That's perfect. These extra up here. Okay, now from here, gonna go in with a little tomato on top. These smell amazingly delicious. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for always being there. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you won't miss these amazing dishes that I am preparing, as well as my lives, my shorts, just everything. I so enjoy you all. And for my channel members, oh my goodness, thank you all so much for your loyal, faithful support. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Doesn't this look amazing? Oh my goodness. Now we're going to top it off with just a little bit of scallions there, and we are done. You can grab you some hot sauce if you want it, have a little heat in there. That's what I'll do. So let's bring you all in for a taste test. But look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Okay, look at this up close. Doesn't this look gorgeous? Oh my goodness. And if you all could smell it. We need smell-o-vision. I'm trying to gently turn it around so you all can see it all. Oh my goodness. This is amazing meatless taco. Okay, so typically I would take it, pick it up and bite it, but if you all have been with me long enough, you know I am not able to bite on my front teeth. Therefore, we will taste the filling and everything with a fork. Oh my goodness, guys. Let me set the spoon so I won't get it all over everything. I want a little bit of everything but the shell on my fork. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, this does not taste like chickpeas. This tastes like a regular taco. And it is delicious. Oh my goodness. I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Delicious.